Hello and welcome to Dominating Dominion. I'm Zach.
And I'm Ben.
Hey, and we're playing a better game this week, Prosperity.
Much
not
better.
Alchemy.
Much better than Alchemy.
And we actually know what we're doing this time too, so we'll actually be able to get some good tips and stuff. But anyway, Prosperity, it's another big expansion of Dominion. You can't buy this single, you do have to have either Intrigue or the original Dominion. This set is all about treasures though. It's really treasures.
Yeah, just treasures and, a lot of high value cards.
Yeah, so basically what this introduces, the main thing, is colonies and platinums. Colonies are basically
And
victory
7 cards.
We'll get into that. You always jump ahead. Colonies are basically cards that are 10 victory points instead of the 6s, and they can also end the game. Instead of just the province pile going, just the colony pile has to go to end the game. And then there's platinums, which are like the gold and silvers and stuff, but they're worth 5. Then we've got a bunch of 7 cards, as you were saying. Tell us a little bit about those.
They're pretty much all. There's 3 action cards and 1 treasure card. They're all worth 7. And they're just pretty much trying to make it so whenever you get 7, you're not like, oh, I have 7. Which happens a lot, and you're like, I'm 1 short of a call or a province and 1 above a gold. What do I do? Oh. And you buy a 7 card. So we'll get into those as we start playing our first set of 10.
And then there's a whole bunch of treasure cards. Really, that's the main focus of some of the cards. There are plenty of action cards that come in this set, but there are a big variety of treasure cards, which you will see a few of them here today. Not a bunch, but there are a bunch more that you'll be seeing over time. And then the other thing they really introduce is they go back to Seaside with the tiles that you got, where you put to place your cards. Now you get little metal, plastic, I don't even know what these are. They're victory chips. So instead of the points cluttering up your deck like the cards do, these just go on a tile.
On these things.
And they don't bug you at all. So it's a nice way to get some victory points throughout the game. And in fact, sometimes they can be the game decider.
Yes.
I've seen that happen quite a bit where it's like, oh, I didn't get any chips. That's going to screw me over. So you can see how that works out too. So anyway, Prosperity. Let's go. Cards we're playing with today. King's Court, Bank, Grand Market, Contraband, City, Montebank, Monument, Bishop, Quarry, and Watchtower. And if you notice, a lot of them cost pretty high up there, especially because we've got 7s. And platinums, which are worth 9, but they are 5. And colonies, which are 10 points, which are worth 11. Alright. You won last game, so I'm going to go first. I've got 4 here. I will take a Quarry.
I have 4. I will take a Bishop.
And then I've got 3. I will take a Silver.
3. I will take a Watchtower.
Alright. I've got 5, and I've got a Quarry, which is worth 1, same as a copper. But while this is in play, action cards cost 2 less, but not less than 0. So I have 5, and all the action cards cost 2 less, which means King's Court is 5. I'll take a King's Court.
Now, fairly early. I'll play a Bishop. I'll trash an estate. What a Bishop does, it gives you 1 coin and 1 victory chip. So, boom. And then it's trash a card from your hand, gain victory chips equal to half its cost in coins rounded down. The estate costs 2, so I get an additional victory chip. And then each other player may trash a treasure card from his hand.
A treasure card?
Or a card.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I don't know why I keep saying treasure card.
I'm going
Trash any card.
You keep going.
I have 4. I will take a Quarry.
Got 3. Oh yeah, 4. Okay, then I've got 3. I'm going to take a Watchtower.
I have 4. I will put a Monument on top. The way I'm doing that is through Watchtower, which, as its reaction, it's when you gain a card, you may reveal this from your hand. If you do, either trash that card or put it on top of your deck. And I'm using it to put my money bank on top.
Watchtower would draw until I have 6 cards in hand, so I'll pick up 2. And then I've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, another 7. I'm going to take a Bank.
If I have a Monument, I get what it does, it gives you 2 coins and a victory chip. And then I have 3, and all action cards cost 2 less. I will take a City, putting it on top via watchtower.
2, but I'm not going to take anything.
Oh, whoops. I'll play a city and I accidentally took the 6th card. So I don't get an additional card. Just the same. I have 5, I'll take a Montebank.
My turn?
Yes.
Alright, I've got 3 here with Quarry, so action cards cost 2 less. So I can take up to 5. I'm going to take a Montebank.
I will play a city, get 1 card. A city gives you 1 card and 2 actions. If there are 1 or more supply piles, you get an empty supply piles, you get an additional card. If there are 2 or more, you get 1 card, 1 buy, and 1 coin. So, city gets way better soon. I'll play a bishop. I will trash a copper. I gain 1 victory chip because that's the default. And then I have 4. I will take. No, you can trash a card if you want. I have 4. I will take a silver.
Alright, I've got a bank, which is a treasure card, and it is worth 1 for every treasure card I have in play, counting this. So since I have 2 coppers and a bank, my bank is worth 3, so it's the same as a gold. And I've got 2 here, so 3, 4, 5. And these 5, I'm going to take a bishop.
I will play a Montebank, and what a Montebank does is it gives you 2 coins. And each other player may discard a curse. If he doesn't, he gains a curse and a copper. Do you have a curse to discard?
Nope, but I have a watchtower, so any cards that I would normally gain, I can put into the trash. So they will go into the trash.
You want the copper?
No, I don't.
Okay.
Keep your copper.
I'm not keeping it, they're going in the trash. So then I have 5, and I will take a city.
Alright, I have got 5 here. I am going to take Contraband, putting it on top with the watchtower.
Monument, I gain 1 victory chip. I now have 5 victory chips worth 1, so I will trade them in for a 5. And then I have 5, I can get an action card that cost for 2 less, so I will gain a King's Court, putting it on top because I have a watchtower.
Alright, so I will play my Contraband a while and you can tell me what I can't buy.
Grand Market.
Yeah, so the way Contraband's going to work is I get 3 and a buy, but when I have this in play, he can tell me what I can't buy. So then I've got Bank and a Quarry.
And I was smart enough to say, I assume you're going to have enough to buy Grand Market, so that's what I said you can buy.
So this is worth 3, and that's worth 3, and this is worth 1. And all my action cards cost 2 less, so I got 7. I'm going to take. Yeah, that kind of hurt.
Yeah, I figured that.
Alright, what do I want to take? Let's see, I will take a. This costs how
2.
much? 2. So I've got that's 5 left. With my 5, I will take a duchy.
Interesting. City. I'll play King's Court onto a bishop, and I will trash 3 coppers, gaining 3 victory chips. And I have 3 coins. I will take a silver. You may trash up to 3 cards if you want to.
No, I will trash the state this turn. Alright, I'm going to play a Montebank. Perfect. Alright, and then I've got 4 here. I will take a Monument.
I will play a city,
And I can talk.
and then I'll play a Montebank. You have a
Nope.
And then I have 5. I will take another city.
Monument. So I will take 1 chip. And I've got 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. With 7, I will take a bank.
I like those banks. Oh boy. I will play city. And then a city. And then a bishop. I will trash an estate. Gain 2 victory chips. There's another 5, so I'll trade them in for another 5. And then I'll play Montebank.
Discarding a curse, I do not get one.
So then I have 4. I took a silver.
Pass.
Nice. Was that a great hand or what?
Yeah, I loved it.
I'm going to play a King's Court onto a monument. King's Court, you play an action card 3 times. So yeah. Comes in handy. And so I have 6, 7, 8, 9. I'll take a platinum and putting it on top because I have a watchtower.
Nice. Alright, bishop to copper. So I'm getting 1 chip and 1 coin.
I'm going to trash a copper because I want to.
Now, if I had actual cost to it, of course I'd get it half, but you divide
Wait, what'd you
0 in
trash?
half, a copper.
How'd you get 2?
I got 1, I had 1 earlier.
I was like,
And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm not gonna play the copper. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not playing the copper, because then I can take a Grand Market. Now the trick with Grand Market is, you can't buy this with coppers when you have coppers in play. So if I don't play my copper, I can take a Grand Market.
I have a city. Oh goody. I end up with 7. I will take a King's Court.
Very nice. Alright. I am going to play a Montebank. And then I've got Contraband. What can I not buy?
Grand Market.
Alright, that's all I got, so I'm going to be taking a city.
9. I will take a platinum.
Alright. Got a monument. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5. This is worth 4 because there are 4 treasure cards. 9 total. I'm going to be taking a platinum.
Here's my favorite move, which you hate the most. Going to King's Court, a King's Court,
Oh boy.
and a Montebank.
Oh, wonderful.
You need.
I'm really excited for this. I better have Watchtower. Come on, Watchtower. Oh,
Do you have a card?
I have nothing. Give me 3.
Oh!
That was like the most hurtful thing that happened in this game.
So, what doing a King's Court on a King's Court does is it pretty much gives me 3 cards that I can King's Court. So,
It's ridiculous.
so I could do 1, and if I had another one, 2, and then if I had another one, 3.
My turn.
No, I'm gonna buy a Grand Market because I have 6.
Okay. I'm going to King's Court a monument. I get 3 victory
Oh, I was
chips.
hoping you were gonna say Montebank.
Did you have a Watchtower?
Yeah. I was like, I'm gonna King's Court. I was like, yes, he's gonna play them.
9, 10, 11. But I'm taking a platinum.
I'm going to play a monument, so I gain a victory chip. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Bam.
Okay.
I'll put that on top because I have a watchtower.
Grand Market, I get a card in action to buy and 2 coins. So like the normal market from the game, which we have played with on the show before, it just gives you an extra coin compared to the regular market. But the 2 is pretty nice, I will say. Alright, so I got my extra card. Now I'm on to bank!
Try.
Yeah! Yeah, boy! And then I've got 4, 5, 6. With that 6 in play, I will take Grand Market. And then with this 3, I can do that, right?
Yeah, you can do that.
With these 3 in play, I'm going to take a bishop. Oh, wait, I can take a 5. No, bishop, that's what I want.
Okay.
This is what
Well,
I want
you're
in
gonna
my
love
life.
this hand. I have 5 action cards. So let's start with the city. Oh, good. Let's start with the city. And another city. And how about we go with the good old Grand Market? Oh, that was nice. And then we'll go with a bishop. I will trash an estate, gaining 2 more points. And then I will play a Montebank. Snaps. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10. 2 buys. So let's that, and then that, that. And then they both go on top because I have a watchtower. Yeah.
All right, I've got a bank and copper. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 3. Wow. So I should be taking a watchtower.
I will play a Grand Market. And then I will play a bishop. I will trash a copper. You are going to trash that. So I get the victory chip for trashing the copper. Oh, not really, but I get the basics. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Take a King's Court. Even though I had 8. I just didn't feel like
I have a city, I'm getting 1 card, and then I have a watchtower. I'm going to draw until I have 6, so 1, 2, 3. Now I'm going to bishop a contraband. So I've got 3 victory chips incoming.
right? Yeah.
Yep.
2 for the basics, and then, or 2
2 for the card, and 1 just because the card gives me 1.
That's
And
nice.
then I've got 1,
I trashed the
6, 7, 8. Bam! Taking a bank.
I'll play a King's Court onto a Grand Market, so I get 1, 2,
That's brilliant.
3. I know, it's awesome. And I'll play a
They
Monument.
say that in Britain.
I know they do. Then, oh my god, you're gonna love this. I have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. All
Everything
cards
costs 2 less.
2 less for action wise. So this costs,
Oh man.
that costs 4, 8. So what was that? I have 6 remaining.
I don't do math.
Yeah. I'll take another one automatic. And I can't put them all on top, which makes me sad. It's 4, yeah, it's 12, so you know.
Alright, I'm going to play a city, get a card. Now I've got 2 actions. I'm going to then play Watchtower, draw until I have 6. Bishop,
Hold on, I don't want to trash me a card.
getting rid of that curse.
Oh goody. I'll trash a curse.
Alright, and now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9. I'm taking a
Platino.
black.
Okay, I'll King's Court. A King's Court, a Grand Market. So I get 3 additional cards. Oh goody. Here, I'll play another King's Court while I'm at it. And a city. 1, 2, 3. And then, so there's my 3 for that King's Court. And then I have 3 more King's Courts. So I'll play a Monument on 1. So I get 3 chips. And then I will play a Grand Market on the other one. 1, 2, 3. You getting bored yet?
Yep.
And a city on the other one. 1, 2, 3. And I'm still going. I'll play a Grand Market there and a Montebank.
Trash him.
Okay. Better than in my hand. And then I've got 5, 6, 7, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 25, 31, 37, a bunch of buys. It's 33. 33, so I have 4 remaining. I will take a Monument.
Going to play a monument. I get a chip, 2 coins, 3, 5. 5 there. I'm going to take
Market, Grand Market, Grand Market, and then I will play a city, and then I will play a bishop. I will bishop a quarry, so I get 3 chips. And then I will play another bishop, and I will bishop a silver, so I get 2 chips. And then I end up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I will take Grand Market and a monument.
Play Grand Market. Then I've got 2, 10, 11, colony.
Oh boy. I'll play a King's Court, a Montebank. King's Court, a Montebank.
Discarding 1.
Do you have any more?
No.
And I have 6, 11, colony.
5, 8, 9. Taking a province.
I will King's Court, a bishop. I will do 1 as a monument, so I gain 3. A copper, so there's 1, and then a platinum, so there's 1, and then 4 for the card, so I gain 9. And then I have 3. I'll take a silver. Wait, there was that right there. That was there. Okay, good. Your turn. You can
Red
trash
market.
3 cards.
Oh, I could, you're right. There we go. Shabam! I wasn't watching. I was zoned out. Alright, Grand Market. Bam, I get a card. Montebank. Discarding. You still can get coppers.
Oh, I can't?
You
Okay.
can. And then I've got 5. I'm taking a duchy.
Yay! I'll play Grand Market. No piles are depleted yet, so that doesn't do anything special. And then I will bishop a copper. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Take another King's Court.
Alrighty, I'm going to bishop a watchtower for 2. So I have 5 here already. So yeah, I'll keep these 2. I'll put the 5 on there, and these 2. Alright, and then I've got wonderful 2.
Nice.
Big.
Grand Market. Grand Market. I don't think I shuffled very well because I got a 4th Grand Market.
Wait,
How about a 5th Grand Market? There we go. Something different.
You can see why he doesn't shuffle.
I'll play a monument and a monument. I end up with 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 16. And oh, I don't think that's okay. Your turn.
Alright, I'm going to. Alright, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to bishop a platinum. So I'll get, what is that, 5.
5.
Bam! And then I've got 3 silver. Oh wait, I have 4, but I still want the silver, so whatever.
Okay. I'll play a city. And then I'll play King's Court onto a city. 3. Oh, that wasn't very much help. I'll play a monument. And then I'll play a watchtower, so I draw till I have 6. 1, 2. Play Grand Market. Grand Market. Oh, good. I did shuffle. And then a city. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 15. I'll take that. And
Grand Market. City.
oh boy.
Monument. Chuck. And then I've got
I will King's Court a bishop. So I get 3 default, 2 from that, 3 from that, and then 5 from that. So it wasn't a very good round, so now game 3. And then I'll take a silver with my 3.
Grand Market. Bishop. Bank. I think it's me. 5. Back. And then I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 buys. 2 states.
I'll play Grand Market, Grand Market, Grand Market, and then I will play King's Court, a Monument. So 3 of these guys, and then I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12, 14, 15. I will end the game by taking out that.
I got cream.
So 119 to 59.
Alright, so while I talk, he's going to be disorganizing or whatever, organizing the trash pile because none of us remembered to do it and he won. Anyway, so you wiped my butt and I totally realized by probably a few hands in, I was like, oh, I totally played this wrong. And so let's start off with what we bought. Now, we'll go through normally. Let's start at the top and work our way down because the top was the fun cards. Bam! King's Court.
Oh, I love that card.
Possession of this game. Except it actually is a little more imbalanced. I will argue, I do think this is somewhat overpowered at times.
King's Court. You may choose an action card in your hand, play it 3 times.
That's crazy. Like the 2 one I could get 3. Ah, man, I feel like sometimes this is worth
9.
tons. But definitely, he had way more of these than me.
I had way more of these than I needed, and it paid off.
But it paid off because you could get the Grand Market and have a whole bunch of buys. So
Yeah.
that was a really good card in this set. And it's definitely a good card to pick up if there are a lot of good action cards, which there were in this set.
There were a load. This was an amazing set for me.
So I made the mistake of purchasing this set.
Way too early. You got it way too early.
I got it way too early. I knew it when I picked it. I was like, oh, did I get this too early? I mean, I got 7 really early on, and I was like, am I going to get action cards quick enough to make it worth it? I did not. I didn't get the coins that I wanted ever to get like
6.
City, Montebank, or Grand Market early enough to want to play with this. So it was just like, ugh. So yeah, that didn't pay off early on. So do buy this when you have a lot of action cards.
Bang. When you play this, it's worth 1 coin per treasure card you have in play, counting this.
Favorite card, Prosperity, right here.
It's a really good money card because
I am a money fan. I will say treasures are some of my favorite cards when we get sets and stuff, and this is my favorite card, Prosperity, I will say.
Yeah.
I love it. It comes up frequently in our games for whatever reason when we randomize. I think randomizers just love this card too. But it's a nice card. Everybody I know loves this card. It's just one of those cards that people really like. It is a little complicated. You just got to realize this is worth 1 itself. Well, no, it's not worth 1 itself. It's worth 1 for each treasure card out there.
Including
itself. So people will like go, okay, they count each one and this is 1 itself. No. It is a little complicated, so you got to kind of get it. But good card to pick up. So those are the 7 cards. So if you ever get stuck with 1 away from a province, take a look at.
There are some others too. There's 2 other 7 cards, but they weren't in this set.
No. Grand Market.
I like this card.
I like it too.
It's
hard to get sometimes.
It's hard to get in the beginning, but once you start getting them, they come up frequently.
Yes.
Grand Market. 1 card, 1 action, 1 buy, 2 coins. You cannot buy this if you have a copper in play.
That was your key to winning, I think.
This-
not the King's Court.
No, this was
that
it.
was the key.
This is I think what. No, not this. These were mine. We'll get to that in a minute. This is one of the main aspects that helped me win the game.
At least by cards.
By cards.
Because that gave you 2
This
coins.
gave me a lot
Especially
of
when
stuff.
you King's Courted that was really good.
It's a really, really good card. Whenever you have 6 and you don't have coppers, pick up a Grand Market. It's better than picking up a gold in my opinion. because a gold, it's worth.
It's
3.
worth 3, but
But
you're
you
getting
get
here a
2.
card, another action, a
And a
buy,
buy.
2 coins. 2 coins is still pretty good.
Yeah, two.
If
two
you have
coins.
more silvers or stuff or other cards that are gonna give you coins, that's worth it. I mean, I'll pick up golds later. Now, golds are gonna be good with the bank.
Yeah.
But if you're going actions like that,
Bank's good with any treasures.
yeah. So if you're going with bank, you can keep your coppers and they'll still turn out good, stuff like that.
Contraband. 3 coins plus 1 buy. When you play this, the player to your left names a card. You cannot buy that card this turn.
Rather have a gold. We'll say that. If you do need a buy in the game though, and this is the only buy
Yeah.
card, I will say that's when you want to pick this up. The only problem is they get to name that one card that you can't buy.
And
so
I think I hurt you a lot because I didn't
That
want
one
you to
time
get
you
any
hurt.
grand markets. So I just kept saying grand market, grand market, grand market.
Yep.
That's
So
the
that
problem
hurt.
with this card. It's good because it's cheaper than a gold,
But they can stop you from
but
buying
they can
the card
stop
that
you
you
from buying a card that you want. So and it's a good
So
card.
that's why I did get rid of mine. This is good early on because early on you have a lot of options and they're only blocking one of your cards, so
Yeah.
the chances are they're going to block one that you might need, but there's still some other good stuff out there. But later on, especially when you want to buy your colonies and stuff, they're going to block that with this, and it's just like, oh. So you definitely want to be able to trash this later on, or just.
No.
I hate if you get that in your hand and you don't, you know if you play it, you're going to get it blocked and there's no way to trash it. It's just kind of a waste card then.
Now the strategy behind this that Zach used was this is the first treasure card he played. So the instant he played this, I got to name a card. I didn't know what the rest of his hand was. So he could have had nothing, which he had sometimes, and he could have had a whole lot. So that's the strategy is if you play this as your first treasure card, they don't know what your total is going to be out of. You don't have to play all your treasure cards at one time. So the best way to play this is to make them guess at what you have.
Yep.
City, 1 card, 2 actions.
But it costs 5, so there better be something added on, or else I'm taking village all the time. Well, let's see what's added on.
If there are 1 or more empty supply piles, plus 1 card. If there are 2 or more, plus 1 coin and plus 1 buy.
This is really only going to get really good
Late game.
late game.
We
if-
never had a
if
pile
piles
go.
are going down. So
So-
in this game, it was only good if you needed the 2 actions desperately.
And I
which
needed them a lot.
You needed them a lot. I didn't as
You
much.
did.
But if piles go, the card is really good at it. I mean, this is better than a laboratory at that point because you're getting 2 cards and 2 actions. And if 2 piles are gone and the game's still going on, you get a coin and a buy added onto that. That's
That's
ooh,
really
that's grand market level right there. A little
Yeah.
better actually.
Yeah. Montebank, plus 2 coins. Each other player may discard a curse. If he doesn't, he gains a curse and a copper.
Lucky
If
too
they
with
don't,
that with
they
the
gain
King's
cut.
Court.
Yeah, when I played King's Court onto this, I was so lucky
That
that
was
he didn't have a watchtower. So he got 3 curses and 3 coppers, which hurt him a lot.
A lot.
Then I did it again, and he only had 1 curse, but that didn't matter because there were only 2 curses left. Now he would have gained an extra copper, but
Yeah.
coppers on the
Coppers are alright. I mean, I had banks, so they
Yeah.
were like, but I couldn't get to my higher treasures, which
Yeah.
did hurt a bit. But the curses really did
that
hurt.
I think I gave you you gave me 4 in the beginning, and then I just was like, here, have the rest.
Here, you're gonna blow my King's Court and just go crazy. But yeah, so I do love Montebank. It is definitely a card that I
Yes.
get. They're trying to give you something that you think is good, but really it's crap. That's how I get that.
Yeah.
The feel of the card around. So I
It's
like
like-
it. It's definitely one of those thematic cards I think totally fits.
Yeah. Then these 2 are kind of together for me, but we'll do them separate.
Yeah, you gotta do them separate.
So Monument, plus 2 coins, plus 1 victory chip. This and combined with Bishop. Bishop, plus 1 coin, plus 1 victory chip. Trash a card from your hand, plus victory chips equal to half its cost in coins rounded down. Each other player may trash a card from his hand. These combined helped me get 55 points worth of the victory chips.
Now, Monument I don't think contributed to that as much.
As much, no.
Bishop did that most.
But Bishop probably got me 30 of those. Because I King's Courted these a lot.
Yeah, King's Court. Yeah, Monument on its own, it's an
It's okay.
okay card. It's not going to be brilliant because it's giving you 2 coins, which is alright. I mean, it's like a silver, but you got to play it. But it's giving you that 1 chip. That's good, but it's not good to play on its own and
No.
over cards. In fact, unless you have action stacking, usually I won't be buying this. Yes.
But in this case, with the King's Court and all,
Oh, yeah.
this is an amazing.
Even if we didn't have City in this, King's
Yeah.
Court in this really was good.
King's Court
'Cause it's like
helps
it's like
any
getting
card.
a duchy when you play that with
Yeah.
plus 3, so
Yeah.
it's still pretty good.
And then bishoping. King's
Bishop
Court
was
with
amazing. I didn't
It's-
get enough of it.
It's like with this, when you play King's Court, you have to have a hand you want to trash because you have to trash 3 cards.
Yeah.
So I was like, when I played this the one time, I had a colony in it. So I was like, if I play a King's Court onto this, I have to trash that colony. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get a bonus, and I got 13 out of it, and so it's just like, okay, whatever.
The trick with Bishop is that towards the end of the game, you're just going to trash anything that's not victory, and
Yeah.
you're going to really add up. Like, you trashed a platinum, that was
You trashed
5
a platinum.
there. I trashed a platinum. I trashed a
I
bank.
trashed some other stuff.
So we were trashing high cards then
Yeah.
because the game was wrapping up. They're not going to be helping us at the end of the game at all.
Because they're just going to be in our discard.
Yep. So really good Bishop at that point.
Yeah.
Determining when to buy this, I'd say. If you're going to be trashing and you want the points, do that. But also, if you're like, I don't know if I want to play with Bishop, if somebody else gets it and you see they're starting to kind of get a nice, decent pile at the time of points, you're probably going to want to use a Bishop to catch up if there's no other options out there. I mean, Monument's not going to be good to get a whole
No.
bunch. Bishop is, though, and Goons is another card we're not playing with here today. That's another good one that's
That's
easy to
really
pile them up.
Yeah.
So it's...
Bishop, I found it really helpful early on because I got rid of all my coppers. I'm like, I still get that coin from the copper, and it's not in my hand anymore. So it's like, yay. 2 points.
Corey was one we both bought. I've
It's
seen...
a good one.
It is a good one. I didn't like it off the bat when we first started playing with Prosperity, but I've grown to like it.
Quarry, 1 coin. While this is in play, action cards cost 2 less, but not less than 0.
Which is good when you got buys. You
Yes.
bought like 3 Grand Markets because you're one of these.
I played a King's Court on a Grand Market, and I had some other stuff, you know.
That was like, I was just like,
And then
right when you
I
did
just
that,
bought
it
a
was
lot.
like, oh, I'm done. Because
I
I
just
wasn't going to
bought
get a
a lot.
combo that good. So that was a really good combo there. And if you have multiples of these, you can get them down to free. The only problem is these are only good with actions. So
Yes.
for ones that have heavy treasures
Or victories.
or heavy victories, so they're only going to be good for when you're getting your actions. So hopefully the actions you're getting are going to help you get.
And the
better,
action should be higher value. Like this had a 7 action and a 6 action, so yes. In that case, it's good. But when you're trying to get cards that are really low value of like 3 or 4, it's okay. Watchtower. Draw until you have 6 cards in hand. When you gain a card, you may reveal this from your hand. If you do, either trash that card or put it on top of your deck.
Watchtower. This is the perfect line of defense against cards like
Anything,
the
pretty
Witch.
much.
No, well, okay.
Anything
Against-
that doesn't make you discard.
Yeah, so this is going to protect you against stuff like Militia. Have we played with cards yet that have made you discard through playing this game? I don't think we have.
I don't think so.
So I don't think on this show we've played with cards that make you discard, but I know we've played with Witch. This is the perfect defense against it. Now, Moat, usually it just blocks any old attack. That's nice and all.
Yeah.
But this does do extra stuff, which Moat really doesn't do anything extra. You get 2 cards.
So you
whatever.
get the curse and you go away into the trash.
Yep, and done. And I really do like that.
Yes.
If you're getting crap cards from somebody else, you can just go put it in the trash. I don't want to deal with it.
Yeah.
And then the bonus is if this is sitting in your hand and you haven't played it, your cards are going on top. So that's kind of like a Royal Seal, which is another card in the game. But and also when you play it, you draw until you have 6 cards in your hand. So this card does a lot for 3. I mean, it is varied and it is a very good card. I like it.
It's very good, but it's the reason it's worth 3 is because it's like it's action. It's draw till you have 6. That's nice.
It's nice if you're low on cards.
It's nice when you're low on cards, but other than that, you would have to be gaining very good cards for you to want to put them on top.
And action stacking.
And action stacking.
Yeah, because this is, if you're going to draw your actions, this and you're out of actions, ugh. But, you know what, for the whole bottom part, this card's awesome.
Yeah.
I love it.
I think it should be worth 4.
You know, and in games where, like, if we were playing with a lot of people, I'd
Yeah.
probably see, because I had 2 Watchtowers and you had a few.
I had 1.
Yeah, so it wasn't a pile that was going to go like Grand Market or City or whatnot, but it was a pile that was going to get picked from a little bit, and in larger games it's going to get picked from a lot just because there's going to be like more curses and stuff out there. So Watchtower, nice good card. So I definitely think the major combo here was King's Court with stuff like Grand Market and City.
And then these guys.
And then Bishop and Monument. Those were the really good cards in this set. Bank was pretty good too.
Yeah. I didn't buy any banks.
You didn't buy any banks, but your strategy you didn't need
I didn't
because
need
you
banks.
weren't going with treasures. Now I think a strategy that I think could have worked better with me was just to focus on banks and like higher
Yeah.
treasures. Definitely try to get those grand markets. Grand market was like the key here. If you didn't
Yeah.
have grand market, and most games if you don't have grand markets and somebody has tons, you're not gonna win.
If someone starts buying grand markets, you have to get them. You can't let them get them all.
Yeah.
Like I got 7 out of 10, so I was pretty happy. I was like, you saw me playing probably 6 in a row there. I mean, I was just like, grand market, grand market. Hey, can I get some more variety? Another grand
No.
market.
All right, so you started out. Well, I started out with quarry and
silver.
silver. That was all right.
I started
The
with
problem was
bishop.
right after that I got the king's court, so that's
Yeah.
what kind of screwed me over.
And I
for
got a
the
bishop
rest
and
of
a
the game.
watchtower, which was different. For
Yeah, I don't
myself.
know. I thought about getting a watchtower early on, but I was just like, I think the silver will help me out because I can get to the higher cards earlier on. At least I thought, and it turned out not to happen. But I still think that would have worked if I just
Yeah.
had better luck and didn't worry about the king's court. But yours worked out quite well too.
Now, a trick with quarry is when you have a grand market in, you might want to buy more than one.
Yeah,
You
'cause
buy
I had the
two.
coppers. I
If you
couldn't
get-
play the coppers.
If you
yet.
get 2 quarries, you can get a grand market. So it's like, hey, because they do stack. So if you have 2, 3 quarries, action cards can pretty much be free.
Yep.
So that's when you need buys.
All right, what do we think of prosperity?
I think it's the best expansion out
I
there.
think it's best. I'm putting it the best still. It has. I love treasure cards already, so this one has a whole bunch. If you are a treasure card fan, the sole reason I always say why you should buy this is the colonies and
platinums
platinums.
and colonies.
Big game changer there
Yeah.
because now it's either the provinces can go or the colonies can go, and that ended. So that definitely changes things.
And it's
out.
like you can buy a lot of provinces, which you're used to saying, "Oh, I get more provinces, I win." And someone goes, "I have some colonies."
Yeah, if somebody does buy a whole bunch of provinces, a few colonies will top that
Yeah.
because they're 10 points instead of just 6. So if you have enough colonies,
2
you can
colonies
try to-
beats 3 provinces, so it's just like, yay.
And another way to change things up, you might have all the provinces. Like I think if I would have had all the provinces in that game, you still would have won because
Yes.
not only were colonies in, but victory chips.
Yeah.
That really changes how the game's played
Yeah.
because chips is another strategy. I'd be curious to see if somebody could win only on victory
I
chips.
almost
I think
beat you.
it'd be-
You had 59, I had 55 on here.
Yeah,
So if I would have gone heavily on this and trashed my higher victory cards, and been like, whatever, I don't need to end the game yet. Let's just try to beat him on victory chips because I had a whole pile here. I don't know if you saw if it was in the camera angle or not. I don't think so, but my stack was like
big.
boom, just like
So I love that.
whoa.
I love the 7 cards when they get added. And they don't
Yeah.
get added in a lot when you randomize because there's only 4 in the game. I wish they would have came out with more. But that's a nice touch there. A lot of good action cards too. Like I love Grand Market. Montebank's a fun one. There's a bunch of other cool
Yeah.
ones in here. Trade Route was one that I love.
Yeah,
It's
you
another
love it.
tile card where you put like coins on it. It's cool. I give it after picking up I usually recommend pick up the original one. Intrigue's a good one because I would recommend this like second or third because Intrigue does if you're
It
still
allows
getting
you to-
used to playing,
Yeah.
Intrigue's a good one to still pick up because it's still the same thing. Prosperity does introduce
Yeah.
some new concepts though, like the tiles. That's something people have to get their heads wrapped around. The colonies, the platinums. A few of these cards do some a little more complex things like the bank. So it is getting a little more complex, but if you play Dominion enough that you know what you're doing with some of the basic cards, mixing this in with the base cards is good.
Yeah, and I'd recommend getting Prosperity before Intrigue, but that's me. It's just I think the cards are simple
Depends who's
enough.
playing.
But if you want to play with 5 or 6 players, you want to get Intrigue. So because that Intrigue and the regular the base set because
Yeah, you're going to need
Yeah,
both. If you're
you're
playing
gonna
that
need
many.
both of those to have 5 or 6.
But yeah, definitely a very fun expansion. I definitely say mix this one frequently with other
Yes.
ones because if you solo this one and random a whole bunch, you are going to get tons of treasure ones because there are a lot of treasure cards in here. Which I do like treasure cards, but I find myself wanting to mix this more with other ones because there's a lot of cards in here I feel work better with the other sets. But it works well on its own, just like this. This was a fun game still. And there are a lot of other fun games to have just with Prosperity as long as you have the treasure cards from the other ones. But I forget what's next week.
Cornucopia.
Oh man, another small box. That means we're going to be covering almost every card in that one. But there's, you know what? Unlike Alchemy, I love Cornucopia. It's a
I
nice
like
little
Tournament.
expansion. Tournament is probably going to be in. We'll find out.
I
way
want
out
it to
right
be
now.
in. I love that card.
But anyway, we'll see you guys for Cornucopia. Then it's Hinterlands, and then finally Dark Ages. And after that, guess what? They all start getting mixed together. We're gonna get some crazy combinations. So, hey, I think that's it. So,
Yep.
Hasta
luego.
Bye. Bye.